Hello and welcome to AUCTV. This is Walaa Gebba. Thousands of people all over the world were affected negatively by the spread of coronavirus. But migrants, refugees, and displaced people are vulnerable to this virus. We will discuss the consequences and the challenges that are facing them with the director of the AUC Center for Migration and Refugees Studies, Professor Ibrahim Awad. Thank you so much, Professor, for being with us on AUC TV. Let me first start by discussing with you the consequences and the challenges that are facing migrants, refugees, and displaced people during COVID-19 pandemic.
There are many challenges that migrants and refugees face. Of course, you may distinguish between migrants and refugees and the conditions in which they live, the conditions in which they work, and the work opportunities that refugees and especially migrants might lose. So there are issues and challenges of livelihood, of income, making up for income lost. There are the sanitary, the health challenges, whether they would be neglected by host countries on the basis that they are not nationals and therefore they would not be tested, it would be relegated to a second or third priority when it comes to treatment. All of these are challenges that are faced by migrants and refugees.
Kauthar Abdelwahed is a Yemeni citizen who is living here in Egypt, is giving us some insight to the challenges that she's facing as a displaced person.
As about the challenges, I think that my challenges are just like most of the people who have been displaced from their countries, especially the warring countries, due to the situation back home. But mainly, I think the biggest challenge is the status of uncertainty, and I'm sure that everyone is experiencing that with different degrees. However, it's some of the, like I was telling you earlier, some of the difficulties is that I cannot renew my visa, for instance, my tourist visa of every 6 months until now because of the situation. Also, we're not quite sure about our way around the country since we are not from here. The difficulties I'm facing seem very, very small against the difficulties that other people are facing, such as refugees. Starting with even before the pandemic, it was very difficult for me as a non-Egyptian to find a job within my expertise, or even in a job in general. That was due to the rules concerning obtaining a work permit. For most of the jobs, you need a work permit, and most of the companies find it difficult to issue a work permit for non-Egyptians.
Professor Ibrahim is highlighting the opportunities that might be offered to those refugees and migrants.
You see, something, all crises are also opportunities to be seized upon. In many countries, migrants are at the forefront of the fight against the coronavirus and COVID-19. A great part of healthcare workers, whether medical doctors, nurses, are migrants. And their role is being recognized. We hope that this role will continue to be recognized. But more than that, many migrants who are physicians, nurses, who were kept from working before the coronavirus crisis, are now called upon, and they are being employed, and they have joined the medical workforce in order to contribute to fight this threat to humankind. So I think that this is a very good indication of how countries may make the best use of the skills of migrants rather than waste these skills when they exist in their country.
Professor Ibrahim Awad, the director of the AUC Center for Migration and Refugees Studies, thank you so much for being with us on AUCTV. And thank you so much, our dear audience, and see you next episode.